Hello everybody and welcome back to Tyranny. We've just gotten back to Ironhof and we were supposed to talk to Ash, but I just noticed we have dialogues to talk about.
That's twice now. By Kyrus's icy nevers, twice! Edicts have been broken before, but never in all my many years have I heard of one person doing it twice.
Anyone can do it, just think about the wording of the edict and you'll find Kyrus have left options. Maybe later I'll slay an Archon, still planning my day.
That's a jest. But others will see your actions and assume you're capable of just about anything, especially slaying an Archon.
So what's on your mind? Do you want to discuss matters of present, or would you prefer more scholar rant? Let's discuss current matters.
How can I help?
Never mind, I thought you were supposed to talk about something interesting. Barrick then.
It is rare enough that anyone has the opportunity to proclaim an edict, much less break one. How are you holding up, Fatebinder?
I toy with powers greater than my understanding, and yet I don't stop.
At least you are aware of your recklessness. I would be more concerned if the case was otherwise. Take care that you don't exhaust yourself and become worthless to the war effort.
Barrick licks you up and down with appraisal, keeping any conclusion to himself. We'll talk later. Did we sell before? Nope. So let's run all the way to the quartermaster and sell our shit. Better be empty than full. Wonder if we... I already forgot what I was about to say. I wonder where we'll find the last rubbings for the spires. Pleasure, show me your wares. Because we need more rubbings to complete those, it's just not possible otherwise. Oh, can't sell that one apparently. That's the copy we had. May just toss that over to her. I'll do that later on. Why is he not using that? And I don't know when she got that, but it's handy to have, I think. And trade. And then we'll toss that shield into the party stash. And then we will proceed to talk to Ash about how we absorbed some of Karen's power and sold part of him. Did we sell this eye? Maybe. I don't even remember. Fatebinder, I felt something indescribable pass through me just before your arrival. Emotions of great rage and pain, followed by a moment of lingering sorrow. I suspect that something has been lost, and Theratos herself strains at the absence. Ash winces and rubs his brow. Cairn is dead, Ash. Archon of stone, fallen. Ash turns his gaze out to Ironhof, settling it on nothing. I thank you, Fatebinder. This was a long time coming. Cairn's betrayal was inexcusable, and death sentence from a lawful hand is no more or less than he deserved. What's more, you are to be condemned for resolving an edict of Kyrus and putting down an Archon at once. He pulls on the end of his beard and frowns. Pretty sure he's afraid of us. You don't sound too pleased. I do not always find war pleasing, especially in these dark times. When it is thrust upon me and former allies show their true colors, at times I want nothing more to see home again, but even home has its memories. I would never have called the Archon of Stone a friend. Cairn was a difficult man to know. Tectarian was end removal, keeping to himself as often as not, but we had much in common. When you are an Archon, that is a quality you learn to cherish in others. So no, I am not pleased. I make no secret of it. I am sorrowful and cruel. Even though the Archon needed to die, that does not stop me from wishing it were otherwise. No, I don't have my doubt about that. On to the next order of business. What happened to the Scarlet Chorus? The crops grown for our enemies will have withered by the vine. By now the Archon's forces are clutching their stomachs and tightening their belts as we starve them out. Ash stands tall, beaming at the thought. A fair reward for more fair service to religion. Ash nods with gratitude and hands you a heavy hammer wrapped in cloth. The Earthshakers and Fordbound conceived of this, and I think of no wielder more deserving than you, Fatebinder. Something happened, didn't it? Fatebinder, Breathless, the officer snaps to attention. No time for pleasantries or ceremony. Your spire is under... The fuckers are attacking my spire! The Scarlet Coils have ramped up their offensive and they mean to topple your stronghold, with you atop it if need be. I feared something like this might happen, an act of desperation from the voices of Narat. Is either too much for a coward to attack Ironhalf or his forces are too weak. Either way, you need to answer this threat with blood. Are you lying to me? Fight Banner, this accusation is beneath you and embarrasses all. You should know better than distrust my soldiers. He blinks. What? No, the chorus gangs are assembling outside your spire. You need to take action at once. I'll be off at once. First I'll check the hammer. It's a one-handed Ash's Finery. Is it any interesting for you, Beric? It's armor penetration. But he won't be able to stun anymore. Never mind. Actually, I always forget to use the stun anyway. Congratulations, Beric, you got a new weapon. So we are going back to my spire, which the chorus has decided to attack the fuckers. They are not gonna get away with that. Not at all. Which spire, by the way? Vengeance, well, I knew that. I totally knew that it was Vengeance, that's my spire. Because it's not like I have several of them or something. Mountain Spire. Oh, I come directly to the top and I can't visit other places. Oh well, I'll fight my way through them. Greetings, Fatebinder. The Iron Guard salutes you for a clattering salute. Our oathbound scouts alerted us to a chorus attack on your spire, and Lord Ash insisted we send aid at once. I'll assemble them. A massive sculpture rumbles, shaking masonry of spire and sending her off balance. Are they fucking trying to destroy my spire? What is this? Is it a weapon, maybe? The orb in the center of the resonator spins with the push of some unseen force. Where the structure once excluded warmth, now it gives a ferocious heat that stings your face the longer you stare at it. A sound like music swarms in the air around the structure, but it's painful and disharmonious to your ears. Kissing Shadow snaps and snarls at the air, momentarily pained by the pitch of the spire's song. She cracks her spine and pops her shoulder, shifting uncomfortably off her bare, cautious feet. The north-like spire's howling, sound of slithering scourges, of many and more bane. Oh, I don't like Bane. She tilts her face toward the sky, dusky snout sniffing side to side, eyes squeezed shut, and her purple lips peeled back to satisfy smirk. But can smell, song is making Alpha stronger, yep. The spire is now fully awake, a long dormant current of energy dances to your presence. Crouching to the ground to steady yourself, Arrhenius stays low to the ground until the trembling subsides. Feel like something is shaking the spire. The chorus can't pull off that sort of magic. What in Kairos' name is going on? The spire almost has a mind of its own. I should see what's going on. I don't suppose this magical spire of yours has some wording magic or something of the like. She points down toward the chorus troops amassing below. Unshakable courage and superior training will only take us so far against that large force. The spire resonates my voice. I'll shout to the valley that I have an edict from criers that should get them running. Considering the average intellect and cunning of our foe, I think such a feint should have at least thinned the cowards. Use the resonator. The mystical home of spy pulses with cadence of your heart. The ancient structure awaits your command. Prepare yourself, I have an edict to proclaim. As you touch the stone structure, you sense the moment slows and you feel the entirety of the tears at your fingertip. The spire stands ready to channel your will. I can make an edict, I think. Edict of Stone. The Edict of Stone leeches magic energy from the sky and living creatures, storming the terrains below. The energy can lead to earthquakes and slow purification of the living. Edict of Storms will generate a massive storm that causes huge havoc to the world. The chaotic energy unleashes will cause random damage to strike your enemy during combat. It's just here, but control stole, offensive get prone. Weaken the Bane, I like that. Control Stone, what does this one do? We don't have any shock damage, sadly. I'm gonna do the Edict of Stone because Bane issue. I just proclaimed an edict just like that. The chorus should be fucking fleeing if I were them. You spin me right round. Sweet. What in Graven Ash's name? The Iron Marshal turns about, taking the views in all directions. But Karos didn't edict rigged, so how did... Glare silently. You did that? Her hand grasped her chest, but only Karos can cast an edict. And now that you've seen what I can do with your own eyes, you can tell others. Your voice carries the weight of the Overlord's magic. She dips into a bow. I should not have doubted you. The Chorus have no idea what they just walked into. The Iron Marshal smashes her gauntlet to give a quiet chuckle. Binder, let us strike now. We must seize the moment to swing their panic into our rout. Hoisting her blade in hand, Aranius moves toward the exit. Fatebinder, I'll get the carnage started. Join me when you're ready and we'll deal with whatever rabble remains. Oh yeah. Let's go down and fuck up the chorus. It's all misty. Serves you fucking right. Wait, we didn't do any option for when it's supposed to cancel. A gang of bewildered skull cores trails behind Deathnell, a mixture of awe and confusion resting upon her face. Did you eat Cam's heart and become the Archon of Stone or something? What manner of... Her words falter as a tremor sets her off balance. How is this possible? She looks back at the hundreds, Jorman fleeing in every direction. I don't need those cowards. Even if a fraction of our strength will surround you and grind you into nothing. She turns to a soldier and lets out a primal howl, her warriors echoing the battle cry in a tone. With rage in her eyes, the warriors ready their weapons, eager for a fight. I wonder which of you will scream the longest before dying. Nervous glances are exchanged between many of the warriors gathering in the courtyard. Sensing deep of morale, Deathnell looks back with a scowl. We have the advantage of numbers. Don't be spineless. Her shouts do nothing to assuage their fears. Enough talk. You will be trampled and forgotten. Only the voices will remember your name.
Heads up, Whip.
Alright then. Time to do some fighting. Let's go ahead and charge that one so I get out of... The fuck is... People are shooting me, stop that. Actually, can she do that stomp thing? Jesus Christ, I haven't arrested yet. I should probably do that so I can use some of the per-rest abilities, shouldn't I? No, that's an Earthshaker. That's a friend. Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
I should try something else.
Barrack is... No, that's not Barrack, it's just a random stone shield guy. The Iron Marshal, whatever his name was. Yeah, Iron Marshal. Did you just fucking hit Beast Woman?
I will have your head!
That's how it's done.
Go ahead and take care of that one, me. How did they even get into my fucking fort?
Take that.
Didn't someone close the fucking gate? Right, get her up. Muffled laughter comes from underneath Arion's kratom. That's right, you filthy peasants. Run for your lives. Tell Narot what you saw here. We've broken them. The tremors of your Edict of Stone has sent ripples of terror through the chorus, triggering a rout. The only corpsman with the nerve to fight us tried their best. She slams her blade into the twitching body of a nearby corpsman. But their best is irrelevant. Leave the cleanup to me and my brethren. You should take your rightful place perched atop the spire. No better way to save the victory than with a commanding view of your enemy fleeing across the valley. I'm gonna loot first. Oh. Oh, it's a spear. God damn it. Oh well, back up we go. Shocked and demoralized by your display of power and the ease of which you dispatched their leader, the Scarlet Corps fighters lose their nerve and scatter in defeat. The survivors carry with them fearful murmurs of the powerful Archon Harry, a being of enormous might who can cast an edict with the same authority as the Overlord. Confusion sets in the realm. Amid the whispers and misinformation, one fact remains consistent: the Overlord's power has been challenged. You safely assume that such rumors are making their way back to Kairos. Powerful earthquakes roll underfoot, the vibrations wrinkle your spire like a wet rag, threatening to send it crashing to the ground. Your stronghold slowly settles, the terrain only occasionally rocked by a solid tremor. Over the next few days, the land eventually returns to normal as your edict dissipates. You gather a small council of your closest allies and plan your next step from the safety of your spire. No sooner do you get started than Calliu, the Fatebinder of Tunon, pays a visit bearing an important message. I don't think Tunon likes how I'm challenging Kairos' law all of a sudden. I keep hearing about this little spire you've been calling your own. Nodding with a smirk, Fatebinder Calliu appears over the edge of the tower. Now that you slaughtered those who would take your land, I think your claim is as official as it gets. What did I do to earn a visit from a Fatebinder? Do you have an edict to proclaim against me? A fair guess. I was expecting Tunon to hand me a scroll in case with Kairos' seal on it. She shakes her head with a chuckle. After what you just pulled, I would have wagered my last dream that Kairos would cast a very selective edict against you, but alas, the Overlord has other plans in mind. No one's entirely sure what to make of you these days, Harry. We all say you spoke an edict of stone, not a proclamation of an edict of Kairos, but your own edict of stone, your own arcane tremor. You're no mere Fatebinder, of that much we can confirm. You proclaimed and broken the Overlord's edict perhaps one too many times. If I had known you could do this when I first met you, I'd maybe have tried to earn to kill you. I hope for the sake of Tertus that the right person inherited this gift. I don't know what to make of you, Fatebinder. Proclaiming and breaking the Overlord's magic, claiming these awful towers, it should come as no surprise that an edict is within your grasp, but I still find room for surprise. You're powerful in ways the gang bosses and mages aren't. You commanded this place to do your bidding and unleashed something incredible on the world. That isn't the work of a Fatebinder. If anything, it's the work of an Archon. Beastborn will follow Alpha from here to the ends of Tears, lands and farther still, will prowl deep into the cold north, hunting armies for Kairos at Alpha's side. Together, Shadowhunter Alpha will slaughter whole of Prima tribe. She shakes her head with a grin. I always knew you'd be a delightful bit of trouble, but I didn't think you had the touch of the Overlord's power on you. Why didn't you tell me? And now that I have this power, others will fear me, and for good reason. I should say so. An entire army just realized they fucked with the wrong Fatebinder. Can you blame them? No one can stand against power like whatever it is you wield. Not soldiers, not Archons, maybe not even. Barracks turns to the edge of the spire and trails off. Prey will always squeal and flee at the sight of predators. Her lips peel back in a sharp, prideful smile. Alpha, to kill the shadow, is most savage, cunning mystic hunter, has most deadly bite. And I'm quite certain the Archons would much prefer to destroy that which fear and fail to understand. Speaking of which, I come bearing orders direct from the Overlord. Calliu clears the reward, her voice becoming so more severe. Kairos has decreed two things. First, the Overlord has demanded that one and only one Archon is fit to rule the Tears. Oh, to that end the Archons are to settle for deaths or dominance. Who is the one Archon to fit inherit the Tears? Ah, poor Ash. He's gonna die. And the second decree? Kairos has decreed you are the newest Archon. Fatebinder Calliu bows with an exaggerated flourish. So the other Archons now have orders to control or destroy you, and the other way around. Her face becomes a beaming smile. See, this is why I try to avoid getting Kairos' attention. And to be clear, this is command from Kairos and not an edict. Correct, there's no edict backing this order. She smiles at with a grin. Such encouragement hardly seems necessary when a task is its own reward. The Overlord has merely resigned Kyrus' peace. The Archons may kill and maim each other without breaking any laws. Kyrus knows, right so, that enmities new and old will drive the Archons to mutual destruction. The Overlord need only remove the pretense of peace and watch the ensuing violence. Kallio shrugs with a smile. Would you have preferred another do-or-die edict? What of the court? Have you heard what Tunon and Bleeding Mark think of this? Oh fuck, we're gonna have to deal with Tunon and... Ah shit, I like Tunon. As per usual, Tunon has the emotional range of a punish, but Bleeding Mark seems almost giddy. I think the old Shadow is already putting names on his daggers. I was wondering if Bleeding Mark would hear this order and remotely stab Tunon, but no. It would seem the Archon of Shadow is happy to serve Tunon. Makes sense, I've never known the old Shadow to crave that kind of power. She clears her throat, her voice growing somber. You'll have to deal with them too, and I fear greatly for how that will turn out. I imagine Tunon is too loyal to bow to you, and Bleeding Mark too proud to accept you as his better. She nods quietly for a long moment. There is no way this ends well for some of us. I have a close alliance with Graven Ash. This order will complicate things, to say the least. Keep in mind, the order is that you must also make the one Archon die. So you and Ash won't necessarily have to come to blows out. Not sure how you will convince him to bow to you. I've heard enough, and now I know what comes next. The Archons will bend to my will, or die. First step's deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons. Kali offers a smug nod. I wish you best luck of the upcoming trouble. Know that when you come for Bleeding Mark and Tunon, I and other Fatebinders won't interfere. A question me and other binders have been asking. Can you do this again? None of them all believes in you. Another who shall remain nameless takes a more cynical stance. But the Overlord has a hand so far up your ass she can puppet your mouth, and you couldn't cast a second edict if you tried. She seizes you up head and toe. Me, I think you have it in you, or at least like the idea of proclaiming an edict in future someday. I have something in mind for voices on the rat. I an edict upon Cacophony in the Stone Sea. Oh, the tears are about to get a lot of interesting on that attitude. Kallio nods with a satisfied grin, rubbing her belly. I can taste their lamentations already. With a nod, Kallio begins to make her way to the exit. When you rule Tyretus, look me up. If you're successful, I know I'll need a new Archon to serve. I know I'm mostly sober, but so we're clear. You did just issue an edict, right? Lantry taps his quilted tongue, unsure what to write next. First you get an edict, then this full-on war on Archons. The whole chapter of Chronicle it's reading like fiction. So Kyrus has ordered all of the Archons to fight it out until the strongest remain. I think we can now safely say that the Scarlet Chorus philosophy has been vindicated. A rumbling mutter stirs from under Barrick's helm, devoid of any cogent words. Alpha birthed on words of power like human prima non Kyrus. It's better mystic that Brewmother too kills his shadow. When Stonestalker's 100 blood, when Beastwoman Archon slaughtered by Mark of Shadow. She snores and grins savagely. Kills in Shadow knew Alpha was most powerful human in the whole of Tier lands. A curled claw taps the side of her snout, knows what's not wrong. One last thing. Hesitating before she leaves, Kallio taps the parchment she's been holding on her forehead with self-describing scroll. All this talk of you being the second coming of the Overlord, and I almost forget my duties. This is a court summon from Bleeding Mark, Tunon's assassin. I suggest you read it carefully as part of your preparation. Your survival may depend on it. Good luck, Archon. Fatebinder, Archon. The great general has pulled his troops back to Ironhof. She grinds her knuckles into her palm. Soon will make her final plunge into the Stone Sea and the heart of Scarlet Chorus power. The voices of Naratu weak, and the path to the Cacophony is clear. She adapts a more cautious tone. The Archon is also aware of what happens at Vengeance Well. I'm sure he wants to discuss the matter in person. I'll head to Ironhof straight away. I'm gonna try to get Graven to kneel before me. If he don't, then I will fucking kill him, but preferably I'd like him to kneel. I'll stay here and keep the peace of Vengeance Well. She hesitates, considering whether to not say more. Finally she sighs and let's go. Take care of how you treat with Graven Ash. You're no mere Fatebinder any longer. You'll meet with him as an Archon to Archon. Such things are more complicated. Good luck. Wait. Kills in Shadow wants to speak with Alpha. What is it? Beast women have been patient. Yep. Understands Longhand. Has helped Alpha even though Alpha fights for army of ironclads. But Cousin Shadow cannot wait any longer. She bristles and rises on her hind legs, purple lips peeling back from her jog fans and a tightly coiled muscle quivering as she towers over you. And thinking maybe Alpha is not using this favor to hide Kairos, but maybe instead Alpha is loyal to ironclads. Do not like thinking, makes people want to kill Alpha. Shrug. Alpha. She snarls and slathers, furious beyond her words. For a moment she merely quivers at the barely contained violence. Then finally she growls a long and low threatening. Or maybe it will not be Alpha any longer. Maybe time has come for Beast Woman to slaughter a weak lying leader. Protect self and Beast Woman tribe. I mean, I'm not gonna promise the tribe survives. They're fucking beasts. I'm not gonna tell her they're gonna survive. I'm not gonna bluff. Goodbye, Kills in Shadow. Claws raking the air. She shrieks in anger and surprise. Her eyes are wild with fear, and falls she strikes viciously for the throat. You're swifter. More ruthless, stronger and sharper edge than the snarling Beast Woman. You gut her without mercy and spit on her remains for daring to betray you. Let it be a lesson to others. Any unruly beast needs to be put down, but this was a follower, and if you could not reason with her, what hope is there for the rest? She was fucking... God damn it, Beric. Sketching the corpse of Kills in Shadow, Lantry's quill moves with a slow, trembling indolence. I assure you, you will hear no opposition to plan from me. Give us our stuff back. So, verse? There you are, verse. Are you trying to piss everyone off, or do you just want to do this for fun? I'm not judging either way, I'm just curious. Casting an edict on Vengeance Well is a good way to shine a beacon on yourself, or paint a target. I've saved your skin, didn't I? Sure did, for now. Like I said, I'm not trying to prod you, suggest you make the wrong call. As someone who likes to stay discreet until she has the opening to strike a killing blow, I find your little public gesture of dominance, well, quaint. Charming, in a dumb way.
At your service, Fatebinder. What do you need?
I find myself in need of an accomplished killer.
I suppose I'd hate to deprive you. Let's be off.
And so, verse have returned to us. Let's go ahead and... She did level up with... That's good. And she can probably... No, we don't have any... Maybe we can... No, we're not gonna make her a ranger. We need to... We don't need another melee, but it'll be useful that way. No, we're not gonna use the 2 pointers there. And then quickness. Right, let's see. Duelist is what we were going for. Swap position and stab. Increase weapon damage while dual wielding. Yes. Sweep the target's feet, knocking them prone. Burst will counterattack enemies who miss enemy melee. Must be wielding melee attacks. When enemy strike worse, you gain passive dodge and parry. No, she's not gonna use taunt. She moves quickly. Pig on a split. Swap position and stab. Blood cast to blood. Male critical high does AoE damage. Interesting. You know your enemy will also grant accuracy to verse when grazes an enemy. After a kill, verse will strike 3 times with her attack for a time. Oh. Definitely. There's a rapid flurry of strikes against a single foe. Each hit applies a damage over time effect. Yes, please. And then crits deal some AoE damage. When she is defeated, she instantly attacks everyone nearby. Maybe? Depends what the others are. Burst gain bonus, grace precision and grace deflection. Greatly increase weapon damage. When using Furious Rush, Wolf will now passively attack nearby enemies as she moves. That's the one. Nah, let's go for that one and then that one. Sweeping Death. Verse executes a deadly spinning flourish, striking nearby enemies with each graceful movement and causing bleeding with her attacks. Yep. Do we have any one-handed weapons to give her? That one was one-handed. Congratulations.
Hey, this looks fun.
I know, right? That's unarmed damage. We don't have anyone doing unarmed damage anymore. You have potions, now you have some more. Gonna restack like so. We should probably check the... no, not her. See if we can train anything from any of the guys. I'd like to train. One-handed. No, none of that for him, for me. Dodge for Barrick. And one-handed for Verse. She's not gonna hit shit for some time, is she? Due to the low, she haven't been trained. That's gonna be an annoyance. Can we sell these? Yeah, we can. Well, we could sell one of them. Gorefrost. It's two-handed, so never mind. Swordbreaker. No. Let's get some more athletics. Let's get Lantry some dodge because it might be useful. Let's talk to Lantry. Finish your last pen strokes with a note running about his left arm. Lantry looks up at you with a nod.
Not to steal your glorious day in the sun, but I must say, now all my notes on you are suddenly worth 10 times their weight in iron. My journals will melt the linens off the ladies, I tell you. What's that you say? Buxom, nubile lasses with an interest in old men who know history. You need a definitive Tractatus on the trials and tribulations of the Archon of the Tears? Ha! Well, you're in luck. I think one can safely conclude that you have the Overlord's attention, and that of the Tears. Soon, all of Tyranny. You realize, I trust, I hope, that nobody other than Kairos has ever cast an edict until you.
I'm sure right now Tuner is hating himself for not executing me years ago.
The adjudicator will have to readjust his thinking, no doubt. His executioner has become far more dangerous than he could have foreseen. Can't wait to see the look on his mask.
Also safe to assume Kairos will try to soul me in some fashion.
At the same time, if you really were a meaningful threat, you'd have already been the victim of an edict, or bled in Mark's daggers. So this has me rather curious. Just what does the Overlord wish to do with you?
Are you sure history haven't just edited and forgotten those who could rival the Overlord?
Well, I have a hard time believing that someone would cast an edict and not have it noticed.
Yes, but maybe a rival cast an edict. Kairos kills the rival, takes credit for the event.
Well, as of now, I've seen with my own eyes that the Overlord is not unique in this regard. And I suppose you're all the evidence I need to throw suspicion on the record. Now, if you are right, that implies the Overlord has no qualms silencing and murdering those who pose a threat. In your case, at least my written record of you might survive. See? I'm being optimistic.
Happen to know when Kairos first cast an edict?
Good question. In parts north, it's commonly held that Kairos' Edict of Dust was the first, but it was cast in the year 11. It was just the first edict to ripple across the whole of Tyranny. If you lived somewhere that used to have antelope, you probably think that's the first edict of the Overlord. But here, the answer is given to us by the Overlord's own sense of posterity. Year 0 of Kairos' calendar is said to correspond to the day Kairos went from warlord to wearer of many crowns. A victory won when the first Edict of Storms shocked both the Cloud Barons and the realm of Medrev to capitulate.
Antelope? Is that an animal?
Yes, or it was at least, until they were all wiped out by the Edict of Dust. Or that's as best we've pieced it together from the records. From what we've gathered from their skeletons, they were some sort of mute beast man that ran on 4 legs.
That sounds fictional. Right, so let's see what Barrick has to say. I can scarcely believe it. You proclaimed an edict. You wielded the power of the Overlord. For a moment, perhaps, but it was enough to turn the tide of battle in our favor. That simply doesn't happen. The Overlord's magic is unknowable as anything on Terratus. As mysterious and, well, I was about to say as unapproachable as the spires, but you have clearly dispelled that notion. What do you suggest I do next? Hold fast your loyalties in the Overlord's hierarchy. There is always the chance that Kairos will leave you alone if you feel it is true, but I offer no guarantees. That is what I would do. Anyway, you must follow your own path. And I leveled up. So that's what this power meter is for, casting edicts. So I can cast 1 more if they remain the cost of 500. Leadership. Spell slot, no. While in combat your party, remember the fight near you, gain bonus, maybe? If I attack from... After I target a target from stealth, increase the damage dealt by you and your party members. I'm gonna go with that one. Did Versk have anything that got improved when she popped out from stealth? I don't think so. Maybe, maybe not. What happens if we click on this again? We can do more edicts. Edict of Fire. In the year 420 TR, Kairos the Overlord proclaimed an edict over the Vellum citadel in the contested lands. It is our most solemn duty to protect the citizen of our empire from all dangers, including the danger of knowledge that is forbidden. Let those who, in their burning arrogance, hold tightly to their lore be consumed by our wrath. Therefore, let the fires of Terratus rise up and consume them for as long as forbidden knowledge lies within the heart of a Vellum citadel. So, as long there's books and such in there, it's gonna be on fire. There's 3 more edicts later on as well. Right, so this was a rather eventful episode. And the next one we will proceed. Who are we going to tune on? Graven Ash. Both of them. Who should we go for first? Ooh, Graven Ash or tune on? I'm gonna go with Graven Ash. He's the most likely possible ally for me. But I will do that in the next episode. Well, I'll be doing that right now, but it'll start in the next episode. So I will see you guys then. Bye bye.